Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Labor Day special, the Monday, September 7th edition here of Trending Politics Live. And I want to start off with the biggest breaking news of the day is that I hope that my sound is coming through crystal clear. Got a brand new microphone over the weekend, and we did a lot of testing on it and getting a lot of good feedback. So before we had a little bit worse equipment, but we have upgraded in a big way. So I hope this is coming through nice and clean. Let me know how you guys can hear me. And now what we're going to do is, now that we have really solid audio, we're going to start putting these in audio form on the Apple Podcast, on SoundCloud, in our Trending Politics app, everything like that. So everybody, without further ado, let's get into President Trump's Labor Day press conference. And man, oh man, did he come out swinging. So he was asked a question here, and he went off on Barack Obama and Joe Biden for spying on his campaign in the 2016 election. Not going to play the whole clip here, but take a look at what he had to say.
A difference? I'd do it in a minute. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, David Jackson, USA Today. My question is about the Durham report, which you have talked about recently. You said, let's see what happens. Now, you've accused people of committing crimes against you during the Russia investigation.
Yeah, sure. They spied on my campaign. That's right. They spied on my campaign, and if they were Democrats, they would have been in jail 2 years ago. They would have been in jail, literally, if this side were the Democrat side, they would have been in jail 2 years ago for 50-year terms for treason and other things.
My question is, do you want the Justice Department to indict people over this?
I'm not going to say that. I have to see the report. I haven't seen it. I don't know if that was a good thing, smart thing, I don't know. But nobody can complain about it. I have every right to have been very much involved. And maybe someday I'll get involved in it. They spied on my campaign, and that includes Biden and Obama. They spied on my campaign trying to defeat me. They wrote up a fake dossier that has proven to be totally fake, written by Christopher Steele, paid for by Hillary Clinton and the Democrats, and they used that illegally in the FISA courts. If we did what they did, you would have many people in jail right now, and you have, other than the one agent that admitted his guilt, that he forged documents, we don't have that yet. But the report hasn't been issued yet. Let's see what.
So, I mean, President Trump, obviously, many times he speaks in a very blunt and straight up manner, and he was very, very simple about it. The bottom line is Hillary Clinton paid for a fake dossier with information that they then used and corroborated with mainstream media news sources in order to go to the FISA courts and get a warrant to spy on a member of the Trump campaign in 2016. President Trump is absolutely right on this one. If this was if this was a conservative or someone doing this against Hillary Clinton's campaign, people would be behind bars and it would happen instantly. All right. Now, the next clip here is pretty awesome. Everyone watching this here knows that President Trump is not a fan of endless wars. Right. Previous administrations, Barack Obama dropped bombs, basically several bombs, according to the time limit, basically every few hours, President Obama was dropping bombs on people. George Bush, we don't have to go into further detail about how he got us into wars. But President Trump took a shot basically saying, I bet you the people at the Pentagon are not happy with me because I have not gotten us into any other outside conflicts. Check this out. He went there, people. He went there.
Shipped away our jobs, threw open our borders, and sent our youth to fight in these crazy, endless wars. And it's one of the reasons the military, I'm not saying the military is in love with me, the soldiers are. The top people in the Pentagon probably aren't, because they want to do nothing but fight wars so that all of those wonderful companies that make the bombs and make the planes and make everything else stay happy. But we're getting out of the endless wars. You know how we're doing. We defeated 100% of the ISIS caliphate, 100%. When I came in, it was a mess. It was all over. They have it in a certain color, all ISIS. A year later, I said, where is it? It's all gone, sir. Because of you, it's all gone. Because of my philosophy, but all gone. And I said, that's good. Let's bring our soldiers back home. Some people don't like to come home. Some people like to continue to spend money.
So, I mean, President Trump once again hit the nail on the head is that these foreign wars have meant big, big money for so many of these defense contractors. And sadly, for what? For what? What have we gotten from all of these conflicts? On Wednesday, actually, I'm going to have a guest on the show who's running for Congress in New Jersey. And he was in the Air Force when President Obama brought us into Libya. And my guest on Wednesday, his name is Billy Prempe. I'm going to bring him in here in a couple days. But he basically said, Barack Obama did more for slavery outside of the U.S. than any other person in history because of their actions in Libya. These open-air slave markets have come about. Not only that, just so many other terrible things that come from these conflicts. Yet somehow Barack Obama received the Nobel Peace Prize. He got nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize just weeks after he was inaugurated. He was given the Nobel Peace Prize based on what they thought he was going to do, not what they ended up doing. Countless lives ended up being taken at the hands of Barack Obama, but President Trump has not gotten us into any other foreign conflicts. He has wiped out ISIS basically off the face of the planet, and things are looking up from here. And in the final clip here from President Trump's Labor Day, I mean, he just wasn't, I mean, I know a lot of us are resting on this day, and by the way, happy Labor Day to all of you guys, but I know that a lot of us are resting, but President Trump is not. Here's how he went swinging at Hunter Biden. Because again, can you imagine if Donald Trump Jr. did the same exact thing that Hunter Biden did? Can you imagine if Donald Trump Jr., who knows nothing about oil or the oil business, went to Ukraine and went to all these places and was suddenly getting a fat salary for doing what? Sitting on a board because daddy is vice president of the United States? Or in this case, can you imagine if Donald Trump Jr., because his dad is president of the United States, went to another foreign country and was banking in $50,000 a month in checks for what? A consulting session? So take a look at President Trump's reaction to that.
Global corporations that got rich by making American workers poor. His son, where's Hunter? Where's Hunter? I call him Where's Hunter? Walked away with $1.5 billion to manage, even though he never did that before. He walked away with a fortune from Ukraine, from China, and from other countries. Between his son and his brother, you ought to read the statements, and the press doesn't pick that up. If I ever did that, it would be hell, even worse than it's been, okay? Even worse than it's been. What he's done is so incredible. I won't give them the $1 billion, he says. I won't give them unless they get rid of that prosecutor. And then voila, they got rid of the prosecutor.
Unreal.
And the press doesn't even want to talk about it. You talk about quid pro quo. With me, there was none. With him, he's right on tape, and you don't want to cover it. You should be ashamed of yourselves. The press should be ashamed of themselves. With Biden...
Oh, man, I hadn't seen the end of that clip. I watched like 95% of it before I put it in the video, but I didn't know he took that jab at them right at the end. That's amazing. I love how he could just call out the press. Again, as I said right before playing that clip, 100% spot on. Do you think that the press would be talking more about it if it was President Trump's son as opposed to Joe Biden's son? No. The press in the United States has acted in a ridiculous manner over the last several months with Joe Biden, throwing him softball questions and at times just being very friendly with him. Every single question, basically, that President Trump has taken over the last 4 years has been combative. It has been a gotcha question. It has been some of the worst type of journalism tactics that we have seen in our country, and they don't really seem to care. They don't really seem to give a damn about any of that. So before moving on, I want to let you guys know about, as you guys know, we have ilovemyfreedom.com, and we have tons of great gear here for sale. And today is our Labor Day sale. So if you guys want 20% off everything at the store, go to ilovemyfreedom.com and enter the coupon code LIVE. All right. We've got shirts, patriotic face masks, everything you need to go to the polls in 57 days, people. 57 days. We are going to be going to the polls and re-electing President Trump in 2020. So guys, go to ilovemyfreedom.com, enter the coupon code LIVE, and you'll get 20% off everything. Go there because that coupon code's expiring soon. And now I'm going to get into my next story, which is last Friday when I had Ron Thompson on the show, we talked about the breaking news allegations that President Trump had referred to fallen soldiers as losers and suckers. Now, Again, if anybody believes that from anonymous left-wing sources, then I think that says a lot about you and what you think President Trump's actual character is. Now, no doubt that that the left has a different idea of what President Trump is than we do, but still, they're going off of anonymous sources, and Joe Biden and his campaign immediately cut up these clips and paid for ads, ran TV ads, ran social media and digital ads on what? On fake anonymous sources. And furthermore, the owner of The Atlantic has given hundreds of thousands of dollars to the Joe Biden campaign. Are we surprised at all by this? Absolutely not. So I put up an article here on trendingpolitics.com that I'm going to bring up for you here. It's basically one of the top campaign aides for John Kelly said, and he is coming out and has poked major holes in this story. Here's what he said. So I'm going to read to you the article that I wrote this morning. In an exclusive interview with Breitbart News, former Deputy White House Chief of Staff Zach Fuentes poked more holes into the outrageous claims made in last week's piece by The Atlantic. Here's what Fuentes told Breitbart. You can put me on record denying that I spoke with The Atlantic. I don't know who the sources are. I did not hear the president call anyone losers when I told him about the weather. Honestly, do you think General Kelly would have stood by and let anyone call Marines or fallen Marines losers? In another key portion of the Breitbart story, Fuentes says that he believes the Atlantic sources are unlikely first-hand accounts. Now, everyone, we saw this with Christine Blasey Ford, right? Well, I heard from someone else who heard from someone else that this happened, right? So according to John Kelly's top personal aide, these are most likely not even firsthand accounts of the situation. And he goes on to say they are conflating those people with something the day after. Then now, however, Fuentes' remarks weren't all positive towards President Trump. He basically said that he's disappointed that Trump is calling out General Kelly. But again, that has nothing to do to corroborate anything else in this story. And Breitbart ended their report with this. The fact that Fuentes, Kelly's closest ally, is now publicly denying the report from The Atlantic is a monstrous strike against the credibility of the report. Several Trump critics, including John Bolton, have also denied that this happened. Now, slight correction here on the Breitbart opinion of that is that John Bolton didn't actually say, and I made a video about this, and I published it on Trending Politics Facebook page and on the YouTube page a little bit earlier today. John Bolton did not deny that it happened, but he said, I didn't hear it happen. But here's why John Bolton's opinion of this is so crucial, is because John Bolton had absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain by confirming this story. John Bolton dislikes President Trump. His anti-Trump book came out in June, less than 3 months ago. This is like, it is still in circulation out there. He could have used this as an opportunity for the book. Furthermore, these claims were offered up to him on a silver platter. He could have basically used borrowed credibility, if you will, and said, oh, yeah, I heard President Trump say that. I heard President Trump say that. But John Bolton said that he didn't hear him say it. And furthermore, John Bolton said, oh, well, it's not outside of his character. But again, that means less than nothing to me, because that does nothing to corroborate what Trump actually said. Whether or not Trump could have said something, or if it was outside of his character, doesn't prove that he said, or in this case, didn't say something, okay? So John Bolton's opinion of this for me is actually one of the most important, because guys, let's be honest. You and I trust Sarah Huckabee Sanders, but if we're talking to a left-wing person about this, they don't trust Sarah Huckabee Sanders. They think everything she's going to say is a lie anyways. So at the end of the day, the very fact that anti-Trump people are coming out and saying, I didn't hear it, and I was there. You guys, do you know how easy it would have been for John Bolton to confirm this story? Think about it. There was no video. There was no audio. Only he himself would have known if he was lying or not. And furthermore, John Bolton knows that he would have been believed by every anti-Trump soul in the planet. He knew that he would have been believed by everyone, but he still chose to not confirm the story. That tells me one simple thing. is that he doesn't think President Trump did say it, and he also doesn't think that President Trump would say it. I know he said differently in public, but deep down, I think this was even a step too far for John Bolton. So now we have John Kelly's top aide saying that he didn't hear it and that John Kelly would have not even stood by and let President Trump refer to fallen soldiers like that. That is absolutely asinine, ridiculous, and I'm glad that that it's getting debunked. Now, what I want to bring your attention to next is that this proves here that that the media and the left are really grasping for straws at this point. The video I'm about to show you guys, you're not going to even believe what you're about to see. You're not going to believe what you're about to see. The left-wing media has now taken a year-old video clip of President Trump on a lawn, and they have deceptively edited it to make him to appear lost, dazed, and confused. I'm going to show you the clip that was posted to Twitter in the last 24 hours that has gone viral, saying that President Trump is lost, disoriented, and doesn't know what he's doing. I'm going to show you this clip. This has over 3 million views on Twitter alone. Tens of thousands of likes and retweets. People thinking that President Trump is a lost mess. I'm going to play you the clip that they played, and then I'm going to show it to you in its full context to show you just how desperate the left is to find anything negative about Trump. Here's the clip that went viral on Twitter. They claim that Trump is just aimlessly wandering and then stops by a puddle for whatever reason, right? And they claim he just stood by a puddle and then went on with his day. That's not what happened. In fact, Will Steeken here on Twitter, verified Twitter user, says Trump was simply walking back to wait for Melania here. This false tweet has over 23,000 retweets, and the deceptively edited video has over 2 million views. Now, this tweet was before. The video now has well over 30-some-odd thousand retweets and over 3 million views. Now let's show the entire clip. So as the clip that was cut off, so the clip that was cut off appeared to show Trump talking to reporters, saying goodbye, and then kind of wandering and then stopping by a puddle. Do you really think that's what happened? Does anybody actually believe that that's what happened? Well, let's take a look at the full story and see why President Trump went over to the puddle.
Place. But Joe Biden has truly lost his fastball, that I can tell you. Thank you. Why should Americans be allowed to buy assault weapons, sir?
Okay. And the fake news video cut it off right here. But let's see what happens. He's telling his wife, Melania Trump, to watch out for the puddle. She's in heels on grass, and he walks with her. And then they walk to the helicopter together. Fake News 101. And the worst part about this is that this clip happened in August of 2019. So think about this. Somebody went back in time over a year ago, found this video of President Trump, clipped it at a certain point, and made it look as if he is lost and disoriented, because we are saying that about Joe Biden. And they had to go back a year and edit a clip in order to even make that look like that's the case. But all in all, what actually happened, President Trump finished answering questions from the press. Then he walked over, waited for Melania Trump, notified her of the puddle that was there, like a gentleman would, brought her over across the grass, and they walked over to the helicopter to go wherever they were going. The fact that the original video has over 3 million views is highly distressing. It is, we all have a duty here to make this fake news completely debunked. And we're going to be posting this clip of the live stream later on the Trending Politics Facebook page so you guys can get the video and share it everywhere, because people need to be aware of the situation. Because I will tell you this, everyone, is that all it takes is to expose one lie from the liberal media. One lie, and people start to open up their minds a little bit more to what you're saying. I'm going to tell you something. Not every liberal is a lost cause. But if you can expose one lie to them, every once in a while, you will have someone say, whoa, what else are they lying to me about? What else are they lying to me about? And this is a huge deal. So the video itself isn't a huge deal, but the very fact that they are positioning him and trying to brand him as this lost and disoriented man tells us all we need to know about the tactics that they're going to try to stoop towards in order to lie and smear about President Trump. And I got to be honest with you, we're 57 days away from the election, and I don't see it getting better anytime soon. So everyone, with that said, I want to make this a shorter one because I know a lot of us are off today. A lot of us are enjoying the day. Hope you're having a barbecue. It's 93 degrees, which is actually cooling down here in Southern California. It was 116 yesterday down here in Southern California where I live. Just absolutely ridiculous. Thank goodness the air conditioner and the power stayed on, because that would have been a double whammy. But as I mentioned to you guys earlier, please go to ilovemyfreedom.com. We have this one-day sale here on all of our merchandise over there. We've got patriotic face masks. Look, a lot of states, they want you to, if you're going to vote in person, wear a face mask. Well, why not have a police law and order face mask, a Second Amendment come and take it face mask? We've got over 30 people working in Kansas at our fulfillment center. We have people in Minnesota at our customer support center working every single day with you guys. So if you want 20% off the entire store, coupon code LIVE. Go to ilovemyfreedom.com, select your items, all personally designed here. Shirts, hats, coins, collector's items, everything here minted right in the USA. And the coupon code LIVE for 20% off. Guys, I also have one final announcement before you guys go. Tomorrow, I have two very, very special guests, and you guys right now watching, all right, all 1,700 of you guys are the first ones to know that tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, I will be joined by the Hodge twins themselves. Now, if you guys don't know who the Hodge, now they have several million followers in the conservative space on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter. So if you don't know who they are, you are going to be introduced to them tomorrow. And we're going to be chatting for about a half hour, a little bit less. But trust me, you do not want to miss it. Tomorrow, Tuesday, September 8th at 1 p.m. I'm going to move the live stream back to an hour to accommodate their schedule a little bit. 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, the Hodge twins themselves, otherwise known as the Conservative Twins on YouTube, are going to be joining me live on this show. You do not want to miss it. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, the best way to not miss it is to make sure you're subscribed to our channel and that you're tapping the notification bell. That is key. If you're watching this on Facebook, make sure you're following our main Trending Politics Facebook page. I mean, no matter what page you're watching this from right now, we're gonna be broadcasting it tomorrow either way. But make sure to get on the notification list. Go to our Trending Politics YouTube page and sign up for notifications, because it is going to be a doozy. We're going to be talking about LeBron James, the Black Lives Matter, cancel culture, censorship of conservatives on social media. It is going to be awesome, and I cannot wait for it. So you guys, tomorrow, make sure you're there. It's probably going to be our biggest show ever, and I don't want you to miss it, okay? So make sure to be there tomorrow. We're going to be sending out emails and notifications about it so you don't miss it. But tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, I've got the Hodge twins live here with me. And everybody, I love you guys. Have a great rest of your Labor Day. Take a little bit of time to relax. And the markets open back up tomorrow. It feels like, work and everything kind of gets back started again tomorrow. So, and the final thing I'll say is Labor Day sale, 20% off everything at ilovemyfreedom.com with the coupon code LIVE. That's how we know that you came from the live stream, okay, everyone? So, Labor Day sale, 20% off all pro-Trump merchandise, all patriotic merchandise at ilovemyfreedom.com. coupon code LIVE. All of you are amazing. I will see you guys tomorrow. It is a packed week full of interviews and special guests. You're not going to want to miss everything we got going on this week, everybody. So with that said, you guys all have a nice, relaxing rest of your Labor Day, and I will be talking to you guys very, very soon.